Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for this unique Digital Summits seminar on how to sell more in less time, focusing on your existing customers to increase sales. My name is Jenna Schaefer, and I'm a programs marketing manager at Constant Contact, and I am so excited to be your presenter for today. I'm looking forward to sharing with you some really helpful email marketing tips and effective techniques in your email marketing strategy that I've found to be most effective for our small business clients within the past 13 years that I've worked for Constant Contact. So very excited to be here. If at any point during the session you find something that really resonates with you or that you find really valuable that you'd like to share with your social audiences, be sure to hashtag unique Digital Summit, as well as tag Constant Contact and tag Unique Markets in your posts so we can follow along in your journey. So with that, let's go ahead and jump right in. Give me a moment to share my screen and we'll get started. So in a time where everyone is talking about finding new customers, you may be wondering why today we're going to hopefully focus on your existing customers to increase sales. And the reason is really, really simple. Essentially, research shows and statistics continue to show that focusing on your existing customers is going to be the most cost-effective way to increase sales. So let's go ahead and take a look. I have some really interesting statistics for you to take a look at. 80% of your future profits are going to come from 20% of your existing customers. And we know that 90% of consumers want to stick with familiar brands, so people that they know, like, and trust. And it costs 5 times less for you to encourage your existing customers to buy again from you versus the cost that it takes to attract new customers to come to your business. So that's pretty impressive. We also know that improving customer retention by even just 5% will boost your profits by up to 75%. And that's because loyal customers spend almost 300% more than first-time buyers do. So as you can see, it just makes really smart sense to focus your efforts on driving more sales from your existing customers. And at Constant Contact, we believe that email marketing is really going to be the glue and the cornerstone for any of your online marketing strategy. You should really nurture and cultivate those existing customers with email marketing to increase your sales. Why email marketing? Well, email marketing is going to bring you the biggest return on investment for your marketing dollar. So every dollar that you spend on email marketing, it's going to bring you up to $42 return on investment. That's over social media, that's over paid ads on Google, that's over any other type of marketing channel that you can invest in. And so that's why today we really want to show you how you can use email marketing to sell more in less time. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at our agenda. Today, we're going to start out with the fundamentals of using email marketing to improve your retention. And the reason I want to start out with the fundamentals is because we want to make sure that we have a really strong foundation for when we start to layer on and do more advanced techniques. We want to make sure that, especially because email is continuing, to evolve and to progress, we want to make sure that we have a really, really strong foundation. Next, we'll talk about using segmentation and automation to improve results. So this is kind of your next level in using email marketing, is grouping like-minded contacts together and automating your messages to save you time and to improve those results. And then last, we'll get into taking your emails to the next level with data and predictive analytics. Constant Contact has come a long, long way. We've come out with some really impressive tools that can do all the guesswork for you and automate those messages using artificial intelligence to reach the right people at the right time. So we want to show you a little bit more about that as well. So let's go ahead and jump right in with our first agenda item, which is the fundamentals of email marketing. When you think about your email marketing strategy and you're planning out what you're going to send and when you're going to send it, you want to make sure that you have a balance of 2 different types of emails within that strategy. One is going to be promotional, which is going to be more results driven. So these are the types of emails that you're sending out to warrant some sort of reaction or action taken from your audience. Where also you'll have non-promotional emails, which are more relationship driven. So you're using them to engage and build a rapport with your audience over time and really position you as an expert in what you do. Why do you need both? Well, because the reality is that not everybody is going to be ready to purchase from you right off the bat. These two emails work together to keep your business top of mind, to help you build relationships, and to increase engagement and sales. So for those who are ready to purchase from you, promotional emails are great to send, but non-promotional emails are really great for those who are not quite ready to take action from you. It's more about the long game and building that long-lasting relationship with them. Now, people often ask me, what should I say in my emails? How can I be most effective? And regardless of the type of email that you're sending, whether it's promotional or non-promotional, you're essentially trying to answer 3 different types of questions in those emails. And in doing so, you'll end up writing an email designed to drive action, whether it's engagement or sales. So what are those types of questions? Those questions are, what are you offering? So that would be the headline. The message body would be your second question. How will it help the reader? So what problem are you trying to solve for your reader, or what's in it for them? And then what should they do next? So what action should they take and how do they take it? Think of your headline as a way to grab their attention, the body to provide a message and more details of what you're offering, and then the call to action. So those next steps. Focus on one topic and use the design to drive action. And I know that's really hard to do. A lot of people want to put more than one topic in their email, but as much as you can, try to keep that message very focused and relevant to the reader. Here's a good rule of thumb. Think a picture, a paragraph, and a call to action. Here's a quick tip. When you're designing your email, make sure it's simple. It has a clear design that plays a role in whether or not people are going to consume your email. If it's overcrowded with text, if it has too many colors going on, it kind of looks like a rainbow threw up all over your email, it can be really distracting and really confusing to your reader. So you want to make sure that you're clear, and you want to take into account how people consume information online. If you don't, then it's not going to be as effective as you'd like it to be. So that means use white space and then use colors to drive action, like a call to action button. Avoid large blocks of text that look like a chore to get through, and be concise as possible. Use the design to your advantage. So people also ask me, how often should I send? And it really depends. First and foremost, you want to consider your audience. Are these people that are new customers of yours? Are they new to your brand? Are they people that have been with you for quite some time? That's really going to determine whether you can send more frequently or not. Somebody who's ready to purchase from you and who is really familiar with who you are is probably more tolerant of receiving more frequent emails. The other thing that I want for you to consider are the expectations that you set when somebody subscribed to your list. Did you tell them that it was going to be a daily email that was sent to them? Did you tell them that it was going to be a monthly email that was sent to them? What were those expectations? And you want to stick to those expectations. There's nothing worse than somebody telling you you're going to send a monthly email and then you get one every week, right? It's a little off-putting. So keep that into consideration. And then what we also want to do is think about, if we're sending promotional emails, typically we say for frequency, you can send an announcement email, which usually sends out 2 to 3 weeks beforehand, announcing the offer that will be available to them. You can send a reminder email that will be sent to them about a week beforehand, and then a last chance email that you could send the day before or on the day that the offer is available. This 3-part series works really well for people, but keep in mind that this is just a guide. The frequency really is going to depend on your business and your audience. And then your timing is going to change a little bit too once we talk about segmentation. Just to give you a heads up, the more you segment your lists and the more relevant your content is, the more tolerant people are receiving of more frequent emails. And the reason behind that is because when they tell you specifically what they want, and every time you deliver on that, you condition your reader to think and know, these are emails that I can trust. They're sticking to their expectations. They're giving me exactly what I need and when I need it. And you're not trying to sell them on more. right? So the more you segment, the more frequent you can get with your emails. If you're just getting started with email marketing though, once a month is a good place to start. It's especially if you're balancing other things in your business, we recommend that you send at least once a month so you can stay top of mind, so you can position yourself as an expert, and there's that consistency with your audience. Okay, so now that we've gone through the fundamentals of email marketing, let's move on to segmentation and automation to improve your results. Segmentation essentially means splitting your overall list into smaller groups based off of something that allows you to send more relevant messaging to each group with the goal of getting better results. Does this actually work? Yes, it does. 70% of consumers become frustrated when content isn't relevant to them. So have you ever gotten, I call it the spray and pray. When you send an email to everyone and pray that it's relevant to someone, have you ever received one of those emails on the recipient end? You kind of think to yourself, well, this is just kind of generic to everyone. It's not specific to my needs. I can get away without reading it this time, right? Or you feel like it inundates your inbox a little bit. Like you don't need that email. It's just plugging things up. So we don't want to create that type of feeling with our audience. We want them to feel like we've created that message specifically for them. Now, when done properly, segmentation can actually double your open rates. And emails that are more relevant to the audience that you're sending to drive up to 18 times more in revenue for your business. That's huge. Ultimately, sending targeted emails means that you'll see more action, higher engagement, higher transaction rates, and fewer unsubscribes. What you're looking to do here is really create smaller groups that have a potential to still drive worthwhile business goals. So let's take a look at some ways that you might think about segmenting your contacts. I want to give you some ideas for that. Typically, you want to consider 3 different buckets to be able to segment your contacts. So the first would be demographic information. The second would be geography. Where are they located? And third, and probably more commonly used, are actions taken in your emails or purchasing behaviors. And these actions and behaviors can mean segmenting by either the products that you're offering or products that you might offer in the future, or even products that they're using. New customers, recent purchases, repeat customers, most engaged customers, or even least engaged customers. And repeat customers and most engaged customers can sometimes mean the same thing. You might even want to think about putting them into some sort of VIP group, right? Or your least engaged customers, you could put them into some sort of list where you're giving them extra enticing offers. Okay, so depending on who they are and how they act, these are just a few ways that you could segment your list. Another great technique to segmenting your list is what we call click segmentation. And this is one of my favorite tools at Constant Contact. It allows you to automatically segment your contacts based off of where they click in your email. So in this example, we have Lucy with an IE. She's a clay accessory designer. She also does macrame art, and she creates candles as well. So maybe she wants to learn a little bit more about who is interested in what products she offers, or in this example, she's trying to learn more about where people are more likely to purchase, whether that's on her website or her Etsy page. And so in this email, she's intentionally put a link to her Etsy page that says shop now on our Etsy profile. That link brings them to her Etsy profile where they can purchase her products. But behind the scenes, those contacts are added then to her Etsy shoppers list. And then she can set up an automated email series to follow up with more information to those contacts. And you can use this to find any information out about your contacts, whether they're interested in certain products or not, and just lots of different scenarios. So intentionally, the lesson here is to intentionally put links into your email that will lead you to these different discoveries that you're trying to find out about your audience. Using automation like this is a smart way to save time and get results by automating those emails you send to new contacts all the time based off of their interests. That's what's so great about this, is you're getting closer to the idea of sending the right message at the right time to the right people, because the trigger is based off of what the contact is expressing interest in. So in this example, Lucy with an IE, she sends out a welcome email to her new subscribers and asks them to click on the individual items that they'd like to hear about in the future. And she says, click on all that apply. So when they click on those different product types, they're added to those different interest categories. And then you can create different automated series based off of those different interest categories or purchasing cycles. And of course, if you're using e-commerce, like Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, it's always a great idea to implement, an automated abandoned cart email reminder to people to purchase those things that they left into their shopping carts. This is a simple way to capture sales that might have otherwise been lost or abandoned. You may even consider using a discount to sweeten the deal, to just push them over the edge a little bit, right? Give them that extra little initiative. Once you're ready to get more sophisticated with automation, you can also start thinking of ways to create different automated series to engage people on a variety of different ways based off of your business goals. So in this example, and this is a really common automated series, is a welcome series. When somebody joins your list, you want to welcome them in a way that makes them get them familiar with your brand, what you do, and how they can start taking action. So the first email would be a welcome email. You're welcoming them to your list. You're thanking them for joining your list and providing their email address. And then you're usually giving them the offer that you use to entice them to join the list. The next emails might include an invitation to connect. Email is a great way to overcome algorithms. You can start a conversation in your email and then drive people to social to engage with you there and have that conversation. So we always like to say that social media is where the party is at. That's where people are engaged with each other and having a conversation with you. Email is an invitation to that party, right? And so you can start those conversations in your email, drive them to social media to engage with you there. And it's just another way to connect with your audience in that next step of the sales cycle. And then lastly, you can include other emails that are positioning you as the expert, encouraging them to learn more about how they can purchase with you or how they can communicate with you, and just really providing them educational or that more non-promotional content that builds a relationship with them over a period of time. Okay, so next we're going to jump into our third agenda item, which is getting to the next level with data and predictive analytics. Now, Constant Contact has come out with some really impressive tools that can help you take your emails to the next level. And using these e-commerce pro tools is also using artificial intelligence or AI to really pick up your email marketing game. It's not that you stop doing the things that we've previously talked about in today's session. Those are still the foundation to your messaging, the messages that you're sending. But what this is doing is now adding another layer that allows you to approach things a little bit differently. Think about this. Up until this point, we've been playing checkers, when really what we want to do is play chess. So in chess, you're thinking about moves ahead. You're thinking about different scenarios of where you want to go, where your opponent is going, and how you're going to respond to that. So if they do this, I'm going to do that. And that's the feeling we want to create with our emails as well, is if they respond this way or behave this way, this is what we want to send to them. So a little bit earlier, I mentioned within segmentation is that we want to try to get small lists or groups of people that are like-minded. Ideally, what we want to do is make people feel like they're in a segment of one, that it's just them that they're sending to, that it's so personalized to them, their behaviors and who they are, that it's an individual email, not an email blast. It becomes a little bit more difficult to do this or to create that type of feeling with your audience, especially if you're growing as a business, you're adding more contacts, and you're maybe even adding more products. But it is a reality. If you add predictive analytics artificial intelligence and automation into the equation. So I'm going to share with you a little bit how you can do that. Instead of creating lists and blasting those lists, with our new e-commerce pro package, you can serve product recommendations, price drops, new arrivals, information about items that are back in stock, and relationship building emails based off of the individual customer behavior. The difference here is that instead of creating the list of people that you're sending to, you're going to assemble different scenarios. You're going to say ahead of time, okay, if they act like this, this is what they're going to get. So you set up those different scenarios that will automatically go out to the individuals based off of who they are and what they do. And then the artificial intelligence, or AI, continues to learn from that customer behavior over time, which is even better. So it improves upon those behaviors and the reactions or the responses that you're sending out. The platform is taking the content and the creative assets that you supply, and then it personalizes the messages for each customer, again, based off of who they are, therefore allowing you to close sales in less time. So let me show you an example of a Constant Contact e-commerce pro customer that used our pro package to do this. This is Shabby Chic. They're a retailer in California, and they sell custom machine washable slipcover furniture, as well as home furnishings and clothing. And these are a few examples of the emails that they've sent out. You can see that there's a really nice balance between promotional and non-promotional emails. And the content that's included in these emails was solely dependent off of the individual contact and how they were responding. So the AI processed that data and then sent them the appropriate email. They started using the e-commerce pro package before the holidays to use smart automation features and treat their contacts like individuals. And because of this, you can see that their conversion rates, their transaction rates, and their revenue skyrocketed. Basically, getting your emails to the next level is all about having a strong foundation with your email marketing, getting back to the basics and making sure that you have a strong foundation, and then building off of those things that are proven to work. And then you want to take the guesswork out of the data you have by using artificial intelligence. There's no need to feel overwhelmed by the data because we just do it for you. It analyzes it for you. And then those predictive analytics and automation allows you to treat people as individuals for the best results possible. So if you want to learn a little bit more about our e-commerce pro package, it's an incredible tool. Again, it helps you deliver targeted messages based off of your specific e-commerce situations and solutions that you are using. It uses the artificial intelligence, or AI, to help learn and test and optimize the campaigns based off of those customer behaviors. And then it also creates smart segments for you, so you can send the most targeted relevant information possible. If this is something that you want to see in action and learn more about, we have a fantastic demonstration and offer for you today. If you want to see a demonstration of this, you can use the link on the screen here. It's the bit.ly link, and capitalization does matter. So make sure that you write that down correctly. But we are offering you a free quick start with this demonstration. Okay, so this is going to give you technical onboarding support and service. We're going to activate 4 different stages of automation for you, create 8 different templates, plus a hands-on training session and dedicated support if you wanted to sign up. So take advantage of this offer. We do not offer this to everyone. This is only for people who have visited the Digital Summit today. So I highly encourage you to check it out. If the pro package is not correct for you, or if it's not right for your business, we have other packages that we can show you as well. So if this seems a little too advanced for where you're at in your business, that's okay. We have other packages that might fit your needs better, and we'll get you to who you need to be to learn more about how Constant Contact can help. So with that, I'm going to answer a few different questions that we received via social media prior to today's session. You submitted some questions and they were really good ones. We picked a few to answer for you today. So what e-commerce platforms does Constant Contact integrate with, and how can I learn more about connecting my platform? This is a really good question. We integrate with a lot of different platforms, a lot of different services. I would say some of our biggest e-commerce platforms that we integrate with are Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, but that doesn't mean that if you have a different e-commerce platform that we don't integrate with that as well. There's a third-party integration that we use through Zapier that if we don't have a direct integration with your platform, Zapier can typically connect your platform with Constant Contact so that it brings them together. Where you can find our integrations, when you log into Constant Contact, there's an integrations tab up at the top of your screen. You can click on that. It'll list all of the bigger integrations. If you don't see yours there, there's a link for what we call the marketplace, and it lists thousands of other integrations in the marketplace. Now, if you don't have a Constant Contact account and you want to see the marketplace, you can go to marketplace.constantcontact.com. Again, that's marketplace.constantcontact.com, and you can see how we can integrate with your tools. Great question. The other question that I have is, what if I'm getting started with email marketing and I don't have an email list or customers from e-commerce platforms that I can start to email? How do I get started? This is a great question too. If you are just getting started as a business and you don't have customers yet that you can segment, or you don't have a list of contacts that you can email out to, that's okay. We work with a lot of businesses that are starting from scratch. So if you need help with a logo, building your website, we have tools for those. A part of building your website is that we have some really great sign-up tools that you can create and promote so people can join your list and you can start to build upon those lists. We also have tools like text to join. So you get to pick a keyword code, and I'm just going to use unique as an example here, but you could say text unique to 22828. And when they text that keyword code to that number, it'll ask them for their email address. So it's a text exchange in order to get their email address. And then that goes directly into your Constant Contact account. And it's a great immediate way to collect those email addresses and get started with that list. So lots of different sign-up tools to help you grow that list. And then some of the techniques we talked about today to help you segment those lists and those contacts once they start coming in. Last question, if I'm with a competitor right now, but want to test Constant Contact, how do I go about doing that? You can continue to use the platform that you are now and still test out Constant Contact. Like I said, you can sign up for the demonstration of the Pro package. If that's not right for you, then we also have test accounts or trial periods for our more simplified packages. But we have testing periods where you can go in, set up templates, create test contact groups that you want to send to, just get a better feeling of how that works. And what's even better is that we have live support and marketing advisors to help you along the way. So that's something you're not going to get with other competitors, is that live support and that hand holding and that live education. So let us know if you need that. All right, so what I'm going to do here is show you that link one more time to sign up for that demonstration of the Pro package if you'd like it. And again, you'll get that free quick start along with that. And then lastly, I just want to thank you all for attending today's session and Selling More in Less Time sponsored session for the Unique Marketing Digital Summit. We hope that you were able to take away some really valuable takeaways today and helpful next steps that you could even implement today if you wanted to. Remember, Constant Contact's technical support team, marketing experts, and live help is only a phone call or chat away. We want to help you and we want to walk you through this process. So we're always here to help. Don't hesitate to reach out to us at any time. You've got us. Thank you again. Tag Constant Contact, tag Unique Markets, and use Unique Digital Marketing Summit in your post about today's session. And thank you again for attending. It was a pleasure speaking with you all today, and happy sending. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.